Is to the streets, is to the mother effing streets. It's your homeboy Low from the Go, and I'm back with another episode of Fast and Furious Interviews. On today's show, ladies and gentlemen, we got a very special guest in the building, SAUCE6OD916. Won't you tell the people who you are and where you from?
What's up, man? I'm SAUCE6OD916, man. I come from 24th Street, Garden Block, South Sac, Iraq, Sacramento, California, man. I'm tapping in with you for the realest interviews, man. You know what's up.
Hey, man, I really appreciate you coming on to the show. We like to get down and dirty, man. We like to dig into the background of the people that come on to the show, man. So won't you tell us what it was like for you growing up, man? Come on.
Man, it was hard. You know, good times, bad times. I seen a lot of fucked up shit happen. You know, had some good times. It's kind of like that little Boosie song, you know, where he rap about coming up in the hood hard but sweet. And I can't say it was all bad. You know, but just like anybody else, just trying to find their way in life, you know, making moves and trying to be the best person you can be the next day. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, did you grow up in a two-parent home, bro?
No. Single parent household.
What type of man was your father, bro?
He was into the drugs, and, you know, he liked to put his hands on my mom and just different shit. So he ended up, like, going to jail when I was 2, so I didn't really see him or have much of a relationship like my whole life with him. You know what I mean?
What did he go to jail for, bro?
When I was a kid, he used to whoop on my moms and shit. He used to do powder all the time, and he ended up like me and my moms, we left living with my auntie and bouncing spot to spot trying to get away from him, and he found where we were. We was in Kmart, you know, in the parking lot, and my mom's was buying my brother a car seat. My brother was newborn at the time, and my dad's rolled up, and my auntie was sitting passenger seat holding my little brother because he didn't have a car seat. You know what I mean? Like, so my dad comes around the car, punches the window out with some gloves, big ass knife in his hand, and my aunt, to keep my brother safe, had to like throw him in the floorboard of the car by her feet and cover him in the blankets and shit. You know what I mean? There's glass going everywhere, blood. Crazy. So cops come, the security guards start pepper spraying my pops and tasing them from the Kmart we was at. The security starts getting into it with him, and next thing I know, fucking helicopters come. He goes to jail. I don't ever see him again.
That's tragic right there. So you said that your father stabbed your auntie 34 times?
Yeah, my mother's sister, yeah. My dad was a sick individual, man. My mom tried to get away from him, and he proceeded to like stalk her, and he would call her, and he'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna kill everyone you care about. That's the type of man my father was.
So your father,
and he tried it.
So your father would make these type of threats before he stabbed your auntie?
Yeah, it was going on for months, and then it all led up to that big ass situation.
How old do you think your father was at that time?
I'd say I was probably what? My mom had my brother when I was 4, when she was 20. So I'd say my dad might have been like 25, 26, maybe 27-ish. I don't really know like that.
How did that make you feel mentally, bro?
You know, you go through the motions being a kid. You like, where's my dad? But at the same time, like, I feel like it made me a stronger person, man. It made me sharper mentally. It prepared me for the streets, whatever I'm doing in life, man, just in general. Like, I feel like I got a leg up in that aspect, I guess, you know, seeing so much fucked up shit as a young person.
Right. So the day after your father stabbed your auntie, man, what was that like?
Crazy. Just a real cold feeling, man. Just crazy. My aunt was all fucked up. She had to go through several surgeries and shit after the stabbing, and it was like we didn't know if she was gonna die from the stabbing or die from the surgeries to fix her from being stabbed. You know what I mean? It was like that kind of thing. She lost a lot of blood. So
do you feel like that mess with your mental, going to school and stuff like that? Were you an angry kid?
I mean, yeah, I got in a lot of fights. The hothead, you know what I mean? Like, I got kicked out of a lot of schools for fighting, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, but, you know, when I got older, I calmed it down. Seeing that kind of violence stuff happening, that kind of shit at a young age, it kind of fucks with you a little bit.
So what type of student was you in 4th grade, bro?
Surprisingly, I got decent grades, but I was just like shy. I didn't really fuck with people like that. I just tried to stay to myself. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't like going to school like that. Even at a young age, I really didn't care for going to school.
What was the difference between 4th grade and 8th grade, bro?
The innocence,
The difference.
you know, in California, like Sacramento, you know, you 3rd, 4th grade, you cool. By the time you get to like 5th, 6th grade, you start seeing the world and shit for what it is, and you know, people for who they are, so to speak.
What grade was you in when you realized you can put words together and make them rhyme?
Oh man, I used to rap like from the time I was a kid, man. I used to like love the fucking Vanilla Ice song when it would come on, Ice Ice Baby. I used to try to dance like him and shit. And then, you know, Funky Cole Medina, he came out, and then Big Tone from LA. And I have a crazy music background because it's like my mom, she's Hispanic. She listened to everything in Spanish, you know, like Selena, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like everything, mariachis, Gloria Estefan. Who else did she listen to, man? Just a lot of stuff. And then she listened to rock, a lot of classic type of rock. Like, don't get it wrong, my mom had them Too Short tapes back in the day. She be slapping some Too Short, you know what I mean? Like, but I kind of like started trying to put words and songs together, and just when I was like probably like 5, 6, maybe 7, 8, 3rd, 4th grade, 5th. You know, I'd hear like a song on the radio, and I'd do like some Weird Al shit and like make a funny version of the song, or you know what I mean? I was into it since I was young, very young.
Going to high school, man, how did you fit in?
Man, I stood out a lot. I stood out, but it is what it is, man. Like, you know, I got kicked out of all the schools in the South area where I'm from, so I had to go to school on the other side of town. Got bust out type shit, so out like a sore thumb. You know, you the kid from the projects going to these nice schools and shit, you know, you kind of stick out, but it is what it is. You know, high school, we got a little rougher. We went through some shit. I changed schools a bunch of times, you know, getting kicked out of, not really changed, but kicked out of schools a lot. And like I got kicked out of every school in the South, the whole school district. That's the reason I had to go to school in the North, a different district. Once you get kicked out of South Sacramento School District, there's Elk Grove. But Elk Grove is like, you know, like rich type neighborhood, like middle class, $1 million homes and shit. So once they figure out you got kicked out of every school in the South, they was like, fuck no, we don't want them in our school. So I had to go to the North.
What was the difference between the South and the North?
Same shit going on, just different kind of. South area, more shit goes down in like broad day. Like, you know, you might see somebody like getting carjacked, or some nigga might rob somebody for a chain, or run their money, or just, you know, it'd be some random ass shit, but it'd be like some bold ass shit going on. And like North Sac, it'll be shit going on, but it's like shit between cliques of people. You know what I'm saying? The South area is pretty much just out there. You can just stand on the corner of the street and just watch the street and tell what's going on. Like, oh, this motherfucker's doing that. They doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the North, it's a little more hidden. You get what I'm saying? And it's more cliquey with the people. And the South, anything can happen. Like, you could just run into some random motherfuckers and they might rob you, or, you know, you might have to fight. Like, that's how it is. Like, if I could describe the South area, it'd be like how they describe like LA a little bit, like how anything can happen in South Central. You know, you might walk down the street, somebody get shot, get robbed, whatever. North Sac, it's like shit goes down all the fucking time, but you really got to be in the mixes with the people where the shit's going down. You know what I mean?
Describe your style for the people.
Oh man, I can't even describe it. It's just me, man. Like, I do a little bit of everything. I sing, I rap. I just try to put myself out there and just put what I'm doing into my music and my projects and everything. I can't really describe the sound. I mean, who would you say I sound like?
Let me ask you this then. What clique do you fit in best with that's already industry clique?
That's already industry? As in what?
Like CMG.
I wouldn't sign with CMG, but I like Yo Gotti. I like his movement and his music. But for like saying I would fit in with him because he has another Sacramento artist, nah, not so much.
If you could bring an artist back from the dead to help work with you on your project, who would that artist be and why?
I have to say Young Dolph. Young Dolph.
Oh, wait a minute. We got something here. So now I kind of see why you won't sign the CMG a little bit, huh?
No, it's because my neighborhood funks with Oak Park. The Crips where I come from, we don't fuck with the Oak Park blood. Period. We've been funking since like 1970, 1980s type shit. Like we don't ever get along. So it don't have nothing to do with Dolph or Yo Gotti. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's just the artist he signed from Sac. I don't really, like, my neighborhood don't fuck with him. Not even in the sense that I specifically have a problem with these artists on CMG. But my neighborhood and the politics of the streets, I could never sign to CMG. My people would look at me funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, or do a song with them type of artists, because it would blow back on me in the streets and shit. I'd get called, you know, fake or you fucking with ops type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not even a sense as I have a direct problem with these artists. It's more of a sense of like my neighborhood has a problem with their neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It's been since the 70s and shit. I wasn't born in the 70s.
Right.
So it is what it is. They've been funking since before I even was existing.
Hey, what set of Crips do you hang around, bro?
24th Street, Garden Block, Crips. There's 21st Street, 24th Street, and 29th. It's all the Gordons. We got 3 streets in the South.
Are they associated with the 60s?
No, not that I know of, no.
What do you think about Quando Rondo dropping his flag?
I mean, it's good for him, I guess. I mean, like, if that's what he felt in his life he needed to do, it's a fucked up situation what happened to him in LA. It's tragic. You know, but at the same time, like, I don't know, cutting all the street niggas off when you need street niggas with you and you getting shot at, I don't know if it's a wise decision, you know, on behalf of his camp or him. Or, you know, maybe it has something to do with the feds or the cops. You know, maybe he felt that Fed pressure after his boy, you know, got murdered and, you know, was like, I need to separate myself from the gang type shit. If I was in that situation, I think I would want people around me that can handle the situation, you know what I'm saying? Or that were ready for it, you know.
Well, you're not the first person that brought up the feds. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else brought up the feds and said that that's the reason why he actually said that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but look, he also said that the Rolling 60 Crips in LA was fucking with the ops, man.
Shit, they were saying like they backdoored him for not tapping in with Big U and all that shit. I don't know. It's a lot of shit going around.
No. But check this out. Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying? He signed a Rolling 60 Crip from LA, man. Brick Baby.
I know about all that. Yeah, and they fuck with Young Thug and all them. Yeah, I know. So it could have been a backdoor from the 60s from Dirt. The motherfucker was out there on them blocks in LA throwing up fuck Hoover next to a 60 hand sign. And LA, that's the type of shit. People are everywhere. Every corner. You can be in one little area. As soon as they see you, it's online. They know where you are within 2-3 minutes. So him being right there, you know, Beverly Hills, all that, them shopping centers, they probably followed him to the gas station because he was throwing up shit online. You got to tap in to go to LA, man. You got to pay to play. That's how they operate. It's been like that for years. I'm a California, Sacramento, you know, even people in the Bay, they know that about LA. It's always been like that. You know what I mean? You want that little protection, you got to tap in somewhere, or you got to bring your niggas from your neighborhood, come out there at least 20 deep. I've seen some artists from the Bay Area, Sacramento, that have went out to LA and brought like 40 or 50 people with them to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's what you got to do sometimes.
Is tapping in a form of extortion?
I mean, I can't say that. I mean, you can consider it that, but at the same time, a lot of these gangs, carry the same name from these California gangs. How can it be extortion if y'all got their name? I'm just saying, y'all came from somewhere, right?
Right. Hey, let me ask you this, man. If you're a Crip and you live on the East Coast, man, are you a real Crip?
Yeah, why not? They banging too, man. 2022, they about they shit too out there. They on the same shit we on in Cali. Just like down south, they on the same shit too down south. You know what I mean? It's everywhere. I can't say somebody's fake or real just because of what side of the map they on. You know, the way I feel, there's real niggas in every jurisdiction, bruh. There's real steppers, real killers in every jurisdiction, anywhere you go. Real niggas is everywhere, man.
PNB Rock, man, he just got shot and killed in California, man. He didn't tap in?